The bill is passed.
Right now, a late-night vote in Washington to avoid default. How Wisconsin lawmakers voted on the debt ceiling.
Also, we go behind the scenes to see the training and technology used by Madison firefighters in their response to a condominium explosion.
And another day of some showers and thunderstorms, unfortunately not enough to really break the dry conditions. I'll break down if we'll see widespread precipitation and when this heat will finally break.
Good Friday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. Greg Barnhart in with your first warn weather this morning. I'm looking for a little relief from this humidity. Are we going to get any this weekend?
Well, the humidity, yes.
Okay.
The 90s, not quite yet, but yes.
What,
the
good dry heat you're expecting?
Yeah, kind of like what I'm used to out west when we got, 90 degrees and our dew point we're in the 20s, so yeah, dry heat. But still, it's going to be humid today, and I think this is really the last day we'll see the humidity levels drop a little, just slowly as we go through. Unfortunately, normal dry conditions because we've had a dry May. We are now under some conditions for drought. Worse conditions as you go further west, although we did get 6,500s in Madison yesterday. A lot of the areas missed out on that. Here gives you an idea of the last 48 hours of precipitation. Further east of Janesville, Nell areas, 2 to 3 inches some spots in that shower activity. Otherwise, very spotty in nature. You might got it, or you just most of the time you didn't get much of it. Right now, a few showers ongoing to the west of the area as we zoom in. Not much overall. Pretty calm winds too right now. We do have some visibility issues out there because our dew points are high in the 60s. We've improved a little bit, but still. Quarter mile in Boscobel, even Janesville's been down. Madison was down to 3. They're up to 6. Something to keep in mind of if you're out and about. Plan today, we'll see the shower and thunderstorm chance really is between 2 and 4 and a little bit in the afternoon. Upper 80s. Once again, humidity levels will be there, so probably heat indexes around 90 or the low 90s. This whole mass of showers and thunderstorms, which has been stalled out to the west. I'll break down when we'll see more of this today and whether we'll see a break in it and when that heat will actually go away a bit later in the broadcast.
Sounds good. Thank you, Greg. Now to some developing news this morning. A bill to avoid a debt ceiling crisis is on the desk of the president this morning. The Senate passing it in a late night vote. The president planning to address the nation tonight in prime time on the bill. Senators ultimately passed the measure after a marathon of votes on 11 amendments, all of which failed. 31 Republicans, 4 Democrats, and 1 independent joined together to vote against the bill, including Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson.
So to have a complete a clean debt ceiling, I would say violates the whole purpose of having a debt ceiling, which is to force some fiscal sanity on Congress.
We may be a little tired, but we did it. So we're very, very happy.
Wisconsin's other senator, Democrat Tammy Baldwin, voted for the legislation.
We're hearing from Madison's representative, Mark Pocan, on why he voted against the bill in the House of Representatives. He was one of 3 Wisconsin reps who voted against it from both sides of the aisle, Democrat Gwen Moore and Republican Tom Tiffany joining him in opposition. Here's his reasoning.
This was not so much a vote against compromise because we've been saying for months that, we should lift the debt ceiling. In fact, we shouldn't even have a vote to deal with this. That's a whole other conversation we should have at some point. But the problem is a lot of the information wasn't forthcoming.
Wisconsin's 5 other representatives, all Republicans, supported the bill in the House.
More local news now. The Dane County Board plans to make some changes. It's all based on the failed process to confirm a new Human Services Director this year. You'll remember State Rep Sheila Stubbs failed her confirmation after several no votes from different committees. Board members now want to establish criteria for board members to use when they consider an appointment. One of the points, whether the appointee has 5 or more years of management and administrative experience. Another, whether the contender has education equivalent to a master's degree in a related field. It's specifically for the Human Services Director position.
We would like to see this expanded to all director positions, but we wanted to start with this one.
The proposal now has to go through several committees before it would reach the full board for a vote.
Madison schools are finally responding to damaging court documents showing sexism and harassment within their communications department. The documents released last week include a complaint against MMSD Communications Director Tim Lemons. Employees accuse him of harassment and name-calling, including insulting local media reporters, particularly female ones. Lemons fought to keep the complaint sealed, saying it would hurt his and the district's reputation. A judge ultimately ruled against him. The district just now responding, saying they want to repair relationships internally and in the community. In a statement, the district says, quote, the information shared publicly last week was difficult for all individuals. It's abundantly clear there are problems within the district's communications department that need to be addressed.
A little over 3 weeks ago, a condominium unit on Madison's southwest side exploded. Nearby Ring video captured the blast, and it left a major mess. Fortunately, no one was killed. 4 people were hurt, though. As soon as first responders got there at the corner of South Gammon Road and Park Ridge Drive, they determined no one was still inside, thanks to a careful and technical response. Our Armand Rahman introduces us to the team behind the scenes of all of it.
Calling Madison Fire's Heavy Urban Rescue Team, or HURT, to the condominium explosion meant the scene escalated beyond fighting smoke and flames.
We just have the weight of the building that is our enemy. Basically, we're fighting against gravity.
The specially trained crew got initial reports that there may be victims inside.
It's a little difficult because you have to basically assess the building and try to figure out what are safe areas, what areas we can't make safe.
There was no way in through the main part that blew up, so they had to think outside the box.
Those areas were on the lateral sides of the actual unit that was compromised by the explosion. That had too much structural damage that we couldn't do an immediate entrance there, so we basically shored our way into the lateral units.
The equipment to do that ranges from Paratech struts, which can stretch and support concrete and masonry, to simple wooden T-shores. For the condo explosion, they set up 16 supports. It was one of the most complex responses Lieutenant Phillipson has done.
So we put a T-shore, we have 4 square feet that are safe. We put another T-shore in, and then we just keep working our way into the building. If we run out of lumber, we basically can go to any Menards, Home Depot, and just purchase lumber. We had to on this one.
The rescue team would have to tunnel into the exploded condo were it not for these special 360-degree infrared cameras. They were able to go and see if there were any victims trapped inside.
And with the microphone on there, I would be able to hear somebody if somebody was in there.
Lieutenant Phillipson says her training never ends because engineering, construction, and technology are always changing.
We move with purpose is the term we like to use. It's not a fast process once we get there. It would have taken us hours, if not into the next day, to actually do a thorough search within that unit.
In Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Madison fire officials are still looking into what caused that explosion and say an update could be coming within the next couple of weeks.
New merch out this morning from Forward Madison celebrating Pride Month. Take a look. The soccer club is donating 25% of the proceeds to the LGBTQ nonprofit outreach. The collection includes t-shirts, hats, a hoodie, a scarf, lots more products. The 2023 Pride collection will be available starting Saturday. Pride tops worn by the players will also be auctioned off in support of that nonprofit.
New information now ahead of its 80th birthday. A very popular supper club in the Wisconsin Dells pulling back the curtain and revealing one of their famous recipes.
Maybe you've been there. Maybe you've had this dish. The Dell Bar sharing the secret behind its shrimp de janche. It's a casserole that originates from Chicago. Amy Wimmer and Ann Stoken are sisters and third-generation owners of the Dell Bar. As the family story goes, their father traveled to Chicago more than 50 years ago now to learn the original recipe from a chef who is said to have acquired it directly from the de Janche family in France.
It's really just you take a loaf of bread and some soft butter and put it into a mixer with some bunch of garlic and some herbs, and you just mix it up, and then you form it back into a loaf and slice it and put it over the shrimp and cook it.
One of my favorite restaurants have never had this dish, though. If you want to try and make your own version, we've included the full recipe and more detailed instructions online. Just look for this story on channel3000.com.
How's their old-fashioned?
Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Absolutely delicious. They have good oysters, and I always get their fish fry when I go there.
Never been, but I love their retro vibe inside.
It's beautiful.
Really cool.
It's so fun. We go in the winter. My family always goes to the Dells in December.
Okay.
It's like a family tradition, and we always go to the Dell.
All right. I love that they're opening up their recipe, too. That's really cool.
Because they know no one else can make it quite like they can.
Coming up, we're going to profile a local softball team and their coach, who's hoping the lessons on the diamond translate to the game of life.
And as we're giving you a preview of Madison's famous attic sale and what to expect this weekend, how you can give back to the community next.
Action! Get up to 50% off list prices at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture. Like this recliner, free when you purchase the reclining sofa. How about a Lazy Boy recliner as low as $375? Up to 50% off only at Slumberland Furniture. Do not miss this one.
Looking for a smarter way to mop? Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop. An all-in-one cleaning tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. Our new cleaning pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips that absorb and lock dirt away. And it has a 360-degree swivel head that goes places a regular mop just can't. So you can clean your home faster than ever. Don't mop harder, mop smarter with the new Swiffer Power Mop.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go? If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Now get a new Ford Edge with 0% APR financing for 36 months, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Milk with your cereal with Fairlife. It's more like cereal with your ultra-filtered milk with a creamy taste plus 50% more protein, 50% less sugar. Turn nutrition into nutrition. Fairlife ultra-filtered milk.
Get 11% off your outdoor project at Menards. Ultra-Deck low maintenance decking is built to last. Spend more time with family and friends, or simply soak up some sun with Ultra-Deck Fusion 2.0 composite decking. It's $259 per lineal foot after rebate. Check out our selection of concrete landscape blocks, from no-cut block projects to retaining walls to edgers and patios. We have the block for you. 16 by 16 patio blocks are $299 each after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
It's bacon! Smoky bacon, meaty bacon, tasty bacon, bacon! Oh, I love you.
Dogs go bonkers for bacon. And try bacon pizza flavor.
Pizza!
Brit Floyd, the world's greatest live Pink Floyd experience, returns to Madison on Wednesday, August 9th at Overture Center for the Arts to celebrate 50 years of the Dark Side of the Moon. Tickets are on sale now at overture.org.
You've evolved. You've changed. So have we. That's why new Dove Body Wash now has 24-hour renewing micro moisture for continuous care. New Dove Body Wash. Change is beautiful.
Here we go.
And action!
Now at Slumberland, $4.99 gets you a lot, like a Sealy Posturepedic mattress, plus a 7-piece bedding bundle free. Yep, get a fitted sheet, flat sheet, 2 pillows, 2 pillowcases, and a duvet, all for just $4.99. Hurry, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Cut!
Yes.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
We have an opportunity for you this morning for a way for you to support local, a good cause, and get yourself a little something at the same time.
Maybe a window? You never know. Josh Bryder live in Middleton with that story this morning. What's behind it, Josh?
You and your windows, I tell you what, Leah. There probably are a few windows here, but I don't know if your husband's going to like you too much if you were to show up with more of those. But hey, we're inside Kiva Sports Center now, so we're giving you a look at what is on the table literally this weekend for the Attic Angel community's biggest sale of the year and a fundraiser for you to really give back to an amazing cause. Terry Mushela is up early with us this morning. Terry, good morning to you.
Good morning, Josh.
So there's a lot of work that went into this because this setup is insane.
Yeah, it is a lot of work. And it not only was it a lot of work in the last couple of days, but it's been a lot of work over the last year. Sorting, pricing, cleaning, deciding what goes where. We have people who have been in the basement of our facility. Well, they leave, of course, but they come and go and have been working for an entire year to get ready for this.
Yeah, this is Dane County's biggest resale event of the year.
Yep.
And obviously, over the last few years with COVID, a lot of people have been cleaning out. They've been getting rid of things.
Yep.
So you guys have had more items on the table.
Right, especially last year's, because we didn't have one for 2 years, which means 3 years of accumulation. But it sure didn't slow people. I mean, it's not like people already donated everything they have. If you look here, they got back in the donation mood really quickly.
I was going to say, all throughout Kiva Sports Center, each of these courts is full of stuff. So, I mean, people will really get and find a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I really think so, and it's curated. So we don't set out everything we get. We try to find the finest. So you can do art, linens, cookbooks. This is treasures, which is part antiques and collectibles, home essentials, sports, oh my gosh, furniture, floral arrangements. You can find, if you've just moved here and you have an empty apartment, come here.
Now's the time.
Now is the time. You'll get totally furnished this weekend.
And the best part is you're giving back to an amazing cause.
Oh yeah, this goes back to the community. That's one of the things that is the driving force behind Attic Angel, because that's how we started 134, almost 35 years ago, with the Bryant sisters donating to needy people in the community, families who were having a rough time. And when they'd go up to the attic and look for things to sell or donate, and they'd come downstairs and their dad would say, "Here come my little attic angels." And so that's where it started. Was
I love that.
I know, isn't that a great story?
That's a great story.
I think it's fantastic.
All right, I have some information I want to put up on the screen this morning. So if people are interested, it's a 2-day event.
2-day event, yes. So the first 3 hours, you have to have the $10 ticket to get in. And we start at 8. So after that, it's open admission. Saturday, and I have to get this all straight, Saturday morning we have price reductions. I believe we open at 9. And then I don't have a sample bag with me. I was looking for one. Between 11 and 12, we sell $10 bags about this size, and whatever's left, you can cram into the bag, and you can buy as many bags as you want.
I love it.
So that's sort of a fun, chaotic time as we're walking around giving people more bags, please.
Gonna be a fun couple of days.
It is. We're all going to sleep well at the end of the day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Josh.
For sure. I've got all of this up on channel3000.com as well, guys, and I'm not even kidding you. There are people lining up the door already, and we are, what, an hour and 45 minutes away from the doors opening here, so this is a big deal. Come check it out here at Kiva Sports Center.
All right, Josh Sprider, thanks a lot.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured.
6:16, anybody waiting out there this morning is going to get some of the best weather of the day because it's going to warm up and get pretty humid out there, Greg.
Yeah, it's muggy right now, so actually it is fairly muggy for this. But you're right, right now it's cool temperatures, the sun's just starting to come out, so definitely going to be the morning. But for the last 31 days, you go back through about end of April, we've been generally above average for temperatures, and that's the high temperature you can see above the graph. The exception, there's a few days here and there, but overall, at least 10 to 15, and in the last probably 4 to 5 days, we've been 15 to 20 degrees above average. For precipitation, which we do need, we'll see a few today, not as much probably yesterday. Probably dry this weekend, but once again, can't rule out a shower or storm, maybe Sunday too. A better chance comes Monday with a kind of a backdoor cold front coming back from the north, which means we're going to have some cooler temperatures eventually, and it says that right here at the bottom. That'll be next week. Unfortunately, hot through Saturday. 80s probably Sunday and Monday, but the humidity levels will drop a little bit for Sunday and Monday. Overall, this whole area of showers and thunderstorms, which has been pretty stalled out across this part of the country, we're going to see it spread across the area today, a little bit more tomorrow, less tomorrow, and then as we go into Sunday, everything kind of gets pushed to the southwest because, like I mentioned, we got a cold front that's going to be digging to the southwest eventually as we get past Sunday, which does mean cooler temperatures. In the meantime, for today, we'll look at 2 areas. Really, it's going to be eastern Iowa. You'll see a few showers start to pop up, and then maybe southeast of Madison over time, kind of a lake breeze front that sets up. So those 2 areas, maybe initially you'll see some showers this afternoon as we get up closer to 90 degrees for many areas. Once again, it will be muggy, and then in the afternoon, we'll just see the shower, spotty shower and thunderstorm. Once again, it could be more coverage than this, just depends on all the outflows and everything that goes on, but it will be hit and miss. As we go over tonight, we'll see less decrease in activity this evening, and then we'll see generally clearing skies overnight, a little bit less humid. Temperatures will probably get back down into about the low 60s. And then tomorrow, more of a stronger northeast wind. You can see those arrows picking up. It's a little bit of a drier conditions coming in. We'll still get up to about probably 90, but the humidity levels will drop a little bit too. And Sunday, it's going to be a little bit less temperature too, and a little bit less humidity too. Overall, I mentioned that cold air that's coming, cool air, I should say, next week. Coming from the northeast, you can see it back all the way to the southwest beginning Tuesday, and then it spreads a little bit further to the southeast through the rest of the week. So we got that north flow that should keep us back more into the 70s and 80s and push all that heat to the south. And as you look at the 7-day forecast, you can see that once we get past Sunday's 87, the front comes through Monday with a chance of showers and thunderstorms Monday with 86, And then we're out really in the upper 70s, near 80 for most of the week. Unfortunately, any of those rain chances are not that great and definitely are not widespread rain, which we do need. But in the positive, we're going to get back to where we should be next week.
The Marshall softball team season ended 2 wins away from the state tournament, but what a run it was this year for the Cardinals. They were conference champs, regional champs, and more importantly to Aaron Young, they played for each other. At the start of the season, Marshall softball had a hunch.
No, I think we definitely felt it deep down, like we got something going this year for us.
And they were right.
Not every year do you feel that quote-unquote family feel.
Right.
But the years that you do, you know it's really special.
This would be one of those years. The Cardinals followed up a Capital South championship with their first regional title since 2018.
Good talk.
If we are going to make a run at something this year, we need to have each other's backs. So this entire season, we've always emphasized picking each other up and always being there for each other.
Ready?
And they did it.
Let's rock and roll.
By listening to Aaron Young's mantra of playing for each other.
She'll hold us together and she'll just be like, hey, remember, we all have each other's backs. Remember, each of us are there for each other. It's a really mental sport, and it's hard to, like, keep your head up sometimes. And it's really easy to get down on yourself, and I think that's a really good motto to have.
And not just for the game of softball.
If someone's going through a hard time, you just have to be there for them. And I think that's what softball teaches you. It just teaches you to be there.
It's a life skill, you know. There's ups and downs to life, and if they can learn that here on the field, being a better person, then all the more power to all of us.
1, 2, 3, Marshall!
A rubber match between the Brewers and Blue Jays. Not the best outing for fastball Freddie. First inning, he gave up 2 home runs, including this 2-run jack by Matt Chapman. Brew Crew falls 3-1 in Toronto. When it comes to the world stage, Hillary Knight is the face of Team USA. And the former Badger put on a show on the ice during the 2023 Women's World Championship, tallying 12 points, 8 of those goals, including 3 in the gold medal game against Canada. And for that, Knight has been named the International Ice Hockey Federation Female Player of the Year. Teammate and current Badger Caroline Harvey finished 2nd in the voting. And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
If you keep any cash on those popular money apps like Venmo or PayPal, there's a new warning from the federal government that's coming up.
Stay with us. News 3 Now This Morning is back after the break.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
Brand new Metro Transit routes and schedules start Sunday, June 11th. Less transferring, easier to use. Visit mymetrobus.com or call 608-266-4466 to plan your trip and look for ride guides out on the streets.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Price pinch, give it the hammer. Workload overload, give it the hammer. When times get tough, the tough, give it the hammer. Arm & Hammer, more power to you.
You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont it. You want the night lights, the bright lights, I'll put you in the spotlight, light. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You want style, well now I'll show you where you gotta be. Tell you what you gotta see. Ooh, it's gonna make you smile. You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont.
Summertime fun is in full swing in Rosemont. From grand slams to hot jams. To Rosemont it your way, start at rosemont.com.
Rosemont it.
Experience does count. When you're shopping for new furniture, a mattress set, or flooring, come to the experts at McGann Furniture and Flooring in Baraboo. Our experienced staff is well trained in home decorating and will answer all your questions so you can buy with confidence. You'll find big city selection and an enjoyable shopping experience. And remember, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. Come see the difference experience can make at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
Camp for less at Camping World in DeForest. We have hundreds of RVs to choose from with quality pre-owned RVs starting at $99.99 and new RVs starting at just $134 a month. Plus, every RV purchase comes with a Good Sam Elite membership and access to our nationwide service network. We guarantee you'll get the best deal or give you $1,000. Stock up on everything you need for the RV and campsite with our huge selection of RV accessories. Looking to sell your RV? We pay the most. Click, call, or come in to Camping World in DeForest today.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Brand new Metro Transit routes and schedules start Sunday, June 11th. Less transferring, easier to use. Visit mymetrobus.com or call 608-266-4466 to plan your trip and look for ride guides out on the streets.
Welcome back. We want to give you a peek at Gwen's morning. She is hoping these little eggs will
hatch.
I
think is the word.
That's what I was going to say break. And then Chris can tell us what exactly these birds are.
I'll get my Sibley's guide out, and I'll do my best to try to identify said birds.
Gwen, thank you.
Okay, you guys use those peer-to-peer payment apps like the Venmos, the Cash apps, stuff like that. Well, the federal government is now warning that if you store money on apps like that, it might not be safe during a financial crisis. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau says money on these peer-to-peer payment apps may not be protected if there's a bank run similar to what happened with some of those regional banks. Some of these apps have savings accounts like PayPal. Those are specific accounts you'd have to sign up for. Those would be protected, but your standard accounts would not be.
Lots of people with small businesses use Venmo. I can imagine they keep a fair amount of cash in there. I've had upwards of $150 in there.
Your window account.
It's my window account, separate from my husband's bank account. So I'd be very mad if I lost $200. Doesn't matter how much it is. That would suck.
So yeah, heads up on that. We don't want you to lose your money, of course. Hey, so we've got a lot to get to in the weather. When we see some relief, next chance of some rain. That's all coming up in your first warn forecast right after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Pick and Save, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Reviews are very important. It really reflects on how we're handling customers at Precision Door. It's feeling like I'm helping out my neighbor. Quality service quickly from a name you can trust.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
We've got your back, road warriors, because we know you're picking up the pace. Steering life at 10 and 2. You're hitting the road, and we're helping you get there with confidence. So skip the counter without missing a beat. Choose any car in the aisle and be the boss of you. Go national. Go like a pro.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go? If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Now get an Explorer and get 0% APR financing for 36 months, $1,000 low APR cash, and $1,000 retail bonus cash. See your dealer.
Oy, Natural recipes, great taste is guaranteed.
Natural recipes. Beneful. Eat happy. Try new Incredibites. Just for small dogs.
That's me before Dawn Power Wash. Now Power Wash gives me the power of an overnight soak in minutes. With 3 cleaning boosters not found in traditional dish soaps that help break down, loosen, and lift away food and grease. So much faster. It's more than soap. It's Power Wash.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive contains ALA to relieve nerve aches and B-complex vitamins to fortify healthy nerves. Try Nervive and try Nervive Pain Relieving Roll-On.
When you download the Pick and Save app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Pick and Save app. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
I think it really cheapens the work of our dairy farmers.
Right now, supporting Wisconsin's farmers, how lawmakers on both sides of the aisle could work together.
I bragged that I got more time in it than Jimmy Doodle had.
Also, a rare plane on display. Your chance to see and even fly in it this weekend.
And here's your first look outside this morning. The heat continues. Greg's keeping an eye on whether we might break some records this morning.
Yeah, the record is 91 today. We may approach it. I'll time out if we'll see any showers or thunderstorms today, as well as when that heat will actually break next week.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning on a Friday. I'm Chris Stanford.
I'm Leah Lynchad. We made it, folks. Happy Friday, the window to your weekend. Greg Barnhart is in for Kelly this morning.
Yeah, my weekend's already passed.
Greg has to work this weekend. Everyone pour one out for Greg.
Yeah, please.
Poor Greg.
I know.
But hey, you're bringing some nice weekend weather, a little bit of heat if you're ready for the summer.
Yeah, we've actually had the heat. I think we'll still have it a couple more days, and then I think things will change. It probably won't be till really the big change Monday, but we will see a drop in the humidity coming probably in a couple days. But overall today, yeah, 91 is the record. We'll probably get pretty close depending on how things play out. We could break it. Yesterday was 100 degrees. We weren't getting close to that. Average should be about mid-70s, but it's been quite a bit of time since we've seen that. Dew points yesterday came up. We actually got in kind of the more muggy stage in the 60s. We're 60 right now in Madison, but there are some mid-60s further west, so it is a little bit more muggy as you wake up today. Overall showers right now, staying to the west right now, kind of left over from last night. If we zoom in temperature-wise, we're kind of right around dew point, 63, low 60s. Given those two combinations, but here's the spotty nature of the showers over the last 2 days. If you're lucky, east of Janesville, that one storm a couple days ago produced 2 to 3 inches. Otherwise, most areas have just seen a tenth or maybe a couple hundredths. We do have some fog out there just because of the low, high relative humidity and dew points out there. That's something to keep in mind of traveling. That should kind of go away here quickly. Watering, a lot of people are starting to water just because of the lack of rainfall. One thing to note is when the relative humidity gets high this afternoon, typically that's when you don't want to be raining, because a lot of that does evaporate. You'll see that we'll start getting relative humidity in the 40s, and then eventually we'll start coming up. So something to keep in mind of when you're watering. Early morning, late at night, the best time. Overall, this large area of showers and thunderstorms, which has been producing flooding and other issues, eventually will get more to us. I'll time out when we'll see the showers and thunderstorms, as well as when those nice cool temperatures will be coming a bit later in the broadcast.
Ooh, like the sound of that, Greg. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. It is 6:32. More coverage now of dry conditions really across the country. You're taking a live look now at Tampa, Florida. They are also seeing severe drought conditions. They've even been bumped up to exceptional in certain parts of that state.
Yeah, and if they're not dealing with drought, other parts of the country are dealing with severe weather. Take a look at some of this video here. This is out of northern Texas. Major flooding in the streets of Amarillo. The state badly needs the rain, but not like this. Roads closed and impassable in some parts where just hours away they're dealing with drought conditions. Now, we have a map here that shows just where those drought conditions are across the country. That correlation through Texas and Florida as well. Again, about half the states this morning dealing with dry weather.
Let's take a closer look now at Wisconsin. Our First Warn weather team has been sounding the alarm on this issue all week. Anywhere you see yellow is where we are seeing abnormally dry conditions, about 2/3 of our state. Greg tells us that it is short term. We're not really into long-term drought quite yet here. Despite the ½ inch of rain we saw yesterday in Madison, our area is still in need of more water. Our team's staying on top of those drought conditions and any chance for rain in the extended forecast. You can keep track of it too over on our First Warn weather app. It's free to download. Just search WISC weather in your app store.
The second Starbucks in Madison is now a newly formed union. In a vote of 20-2 yesterday, the location on State Street is now, they've voted to collectively bargain. It's the 6th Starbucks store in the state and one of 400 in the nation to form a union. In response from Starbucks, they said their focus is to ensure that they can trust the process is fair and union members' voices are heard. Fitchburg location voted against unionizing last summer.
Continuing coverage now on Wisconsin's budget process. Wisconsin Republicans saying no to a new building for UW-Madison's College of Engineering. Governor Evers had requested nearly $200 million to demolish and then build a new building for engineering students on the campus. Higher education projects are all taking a hit in this budget process. The Joint Finance Committee approved only about half of the $1.8 billion Governor Evers wanted for the UW system.
There is no rational reason why all of the very good projects that should be enumerated this time, frankly, some of them should have been enumerated in previous sessions, have been taken out, other than spite.
It's not surprising that, it shouldn't be surprising, I guess, to anyone that this is a smaller budget than the one the governor proposed. We were clear from the get-go that his was unrealistic.
The UW system is sounding off on the decision, saying it will have an impact on the entire state. President Jay Rothman saying in a statement, quote, investing in this facility will help address a crucial workforce shortage in the state, as well as enhance the world-class research that draws talent into Wisconsin and drives economic vibrancy.
A first warn traffic alert this morning in DeForest. A bridge over the interstate opening back up after being closed for about 8 months. The bridge was damaged and closed after a crane truck hit it, causing debris to fall right onto the interstate. Crews have been working to repair the structure, and it's now ready for traffic again. However, Windsor Road just east of the bridge is closed because of a construction project. There, still you need to turn left just past the bridge to continue on River Road. Another traffic note for you this morning. Construction underway to bring safety improvements to one of Madison's busiest intersections. Among the changes expected on University Avenue is a pedestrian bridge that is already being celebrated by Madison cyclists. The new bridge is part of a roughly $20 million redesign on University Ave from Shorewood Boulevard to University Bay Drive. City engineers say they targeted this intersection because of how congested it can get with UW Hospital, the campus, several businesses, a railroad, and cyclists coming through.
There's a lot of path users there, and crossing the street could be difficult there at times, you know, with a lot of traffic and conflicts. So we heard a lot of great feedback on the bridge when we proposed it.
About half of the cost for the University Avenue reconstruction project is covered by federal funding, the rest coming from city and village contributions. The bridge should be open by the end of July or early August.
One of World War II's most iconic aircraft will be flying over the skies of Madison this weekend, and you can join. The B-12 bomber is on a national tour, thanks in part to the EAA. Take a look at this beauty. Known as the Berlin Express, the bomber will be offering public rides today through Sunday. They're available at the Dane County Regional Airport from 9 until 5 each day. The aircraft is really rare. Only about 100 remain. Less than 20 of them still fly. A pilot with 3.5 months of flight time in the plane tells us it brings back memories.
Well, it was the first airplane I flew after pilot training. This was a fun airplane to fly. It's kind of nostalgic because since I've got over 2,500 hours, and I bragged that I got more time in it than Jimmy Doolittle had.
If you're interested in flying, it'll cost you $475. Flights can be reserved now. Find a link to do that on channel3000.com.
Had to brush up on my World War II history this morning and look up who
about Jimmy
Doolittle was. He was a pilot of the B-25s. He led a mission to bomb Japan during World War II. A famous mission. The Doolittle bombers was a group of those B-25s that flew across the Pacific and led that mission. He's rather famous. Later became a U.S. general and then awarded many honors later on in life, too. Jimmy Doolittle. Got to brush up on that this morning.
We learned a lot this morning about that. We were Googling it. We also learned he's featured in the movie Pearl Harbor, too.
Yes, one of the characters there. The plane looks great. Looks like a cool opportunity. It looks like it rolled right off the production line.
It's beautiful. I will watch it safely from the ground.
All right, moving on now. We got the cows behind us because we're talking about June Dairy
Jimmy
Month.
Doolittle.
Yeah. All right, so June's National Dairy Month. We're going to keep it right here? Okay. June's National Dairy Month, and representatives across the state are celebrating by speaking with local farmers, Leah. Representative Derek Van Orden is meeting with members of his Agriculture Advisory Board. One of his biggest points of our recent discussion was the Dairy Pride Act. The bipartisan legislation aims to stop labeling non-dairy products with dairy names.
I think it really cheapens the work of our dairy farmers by calling, oat milk. And I got nothing. You want to drink oat milk or almond milk or, stuff from algae or, knock yourself out. But it's just not milk.
The Dairy Pride Act isn't the only bipartisan legislation introduced to protect farmers. Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin also leading the Farmers First Act of 2023. That bipartisan legislation looks to expand mental health access for farmers. Representative Van Orden says while he believes the issue can't be solved with just money, he is willing to talk with Senator Baldwin about it.
Very important story on this June Dairy Month.
Yes. Now which camera? No, we're going to go right outside now?
I think we're going to go right outside, so you should be good.
That was my fault earlier, by the way. I was the one who got off the rails and wanted to tell my Jimmy Doolittle story.
It is Friday. You're allowed to make mistakes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, look at that outside this morning. You can tell it is muggy out there already. We're going to see in your first warn forecast when there's any relief from the heat and humidity.
And there is new funding this morning for a UW center that's helping with prostate cancer treatments. The grant and what it means for patients, that's still ahead.
Plus, I'm Josh Bretter live in the 608, checking out some of the finds at Madison's famous attic sale that gets underway later on this morning. People are lining up the door. How you can give back to the community in the 608 next.
Put your feet up.
Let me help you with that. I'm good, man. Thanks. Are you sure?
Everyone can use a little help. Volkswagen Tiguan with Front Assist. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer for 1.9% APR financing for 36 months on a new 2023 Taos or Tiguan.
Want to work out for free? This summer at Anytime Fitness, you can get up to 3 months free. Get more for your membership than just machines with 24/7 access and a community of support. Hurry! The earlier you join, the more you save. Stop into Anytime Fitness now and get the summer free.
And now please welcome Anna Montoya.
You've evolved. You've changed. So have we. That's why new Dove Body Wash now has 24-hour renewing micro moisture for continuous care. New Dove Body Wash. Change is beautiful.
Bob's Summer of Savings is in full swing, and my two-piece cottage chic sectional will have you canoodling with your cutie for just $14.99. Or host a huge game night on the spacious four-piece for just $19.99. Or $167 a month for 12 months with special financing. With comfy Bobapedic memory foam cushions, luxurious upholstery, nailhead detailing, and over 1,000 5-star reviews. Oh, I know this one. You're a zombie. No, an ottoman. Shop 5-star quality this summer at Bob's.
Hey, what are you doing right now? You up for something impetuous? I'm a Palm Springs hotel. I got the desert air, sun-kissed pools, and shady hideaways. I'm looking for someone who can decide on a Friday that a one-night commitment on a Saturday is a fine idea. Maybe you heard of the Rat Pack. They hung out here all the time. So pack a bag, or don't. You could be here in a few hours. Meet me at Hotels.com.
Strawberries, blueberries, and the cherry on top. Fairlife, with 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and a creamy taste. Turn scrumptious into scrumptious. Fairlife, ultra-filtered milk.
Why are there 2 extra seats? I know, Uncle Dane and his giant beard.
The Volkswagen Atlas with best-in-class third-row legroom. Get 3.9% APR financing for 60 months on new 2023 Atlas Family SE Tech with 4Motion models. Limited inventory available.
News 3 Now is taking action to find and deliver the news stories that matter where you live.
Taking action to uncover the truth, getting answers, and finding solutions that can make an impact in your life and our community where we all live.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
One mission: to end breast cancer.
Join us on Saturday, June 10th at 9 a.m. for the Susan G. Komen South Central Wisconsin More Than Pink Walk. Please register today and witness the power you have to change lives.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
On the Health Watch this morning, some big news for the UW Carbone Cancer Center. The center is going to be designated as a specialized program of research excellence, or SPORE they call it, by the National Cancer Institute for Research Initiatives and Advanced New Prostate Cancer Treatments. A lot of big words there, but here's why it matters. It's going to come with more than $11 million in federal funding to support new and existing research efforts. The SPORE grant will focus on methods that can improve treatments for patients with more advanced stage prostate cancer, an area of growing need in recent years. Congratulations to the UW Carbone Cancer Center.
The CDC is reporting brain abscesses in children are up 100% over the winter. A brain abscess happens when a sinus or an ear infection travels to the brain. That's terrifying. It is extremely rare. Even at that elevated rate, only 102 cases were reported in the U.S. in December. It's unclear exactly what is behind that increase.
6:44, Greg Barnhart in with the First Warn forecast this morning. Ooh, not a lot of rain last month, huh?
Yeah, can you guess what this was, the top 10, what number you think it was for the driest May on record?
It made the top 10.
Yeah.
2.
I'm going to say the fourth.
You're both wrong. 6.
3.
Sixth.
Oh, dang
Sixth
it.
driest May.
Sixth driest May on record for Madison area for the airport. So we only picked up 87 hundredths, and really a bulk of that, if you look at it, came on one day on May 8th, and we had about a ½ inch. You take that away, and we're very dry. So 3 1/4 inch, what we should be under what we should be for that. For now, if we're going into June, really starts off temperatures. We're going to be into the low 80s by the end of the month. The extremes, 1988, 100 degrees. That was a very drought year, if you remember 1988 very well. Overall, we should have 4 1/2 inches. We got about a 6,500s yesterday, so a good start to June, but we got a ways to go to catch up. Overall, I said precipitation, a few showers and thunderstorms today, mainly dry this weekend, but I still think I may see a shower. Better shot Monday, along with the good news is once we come to Monday, temperatures will be much cooler. We're seeing a kind of a cold front coming through, so I think once we get through this weekend, temperature-wise, we should improve. This whole area of showers and thunderstorms that's really been stalled out for almost a week now. We're seeing bits and pieces coming across our area today. Less of a chance tomorrow, but then you're going to notice everything starts to shift to the east because we have that cold front that's going to swing down by Monday. So that's the good news, that we will reduce some of the showers, cooler temperatures too. Overall, if we time this out as we go through, we'll see some showers pop up mainly eastern Iowa, and I think also southern Wisconsin, especially east of Madison, may see some of this pop up. And then you see a little bit more to southwest Wisconsin. I think that is where higher concentration of showers and thunderstorms. Once again, hit and miss. If you happen to be under one, you'll get a downpour. If not, you'll get probably nothing. By the time we get this evening, I think we'll generally see a nice push of this activity to the west. And then by the time we get to 7 or 8, a lot of that will start to fall apart. So once again, southwest Wisconsin, I think, sees the best shot. Overall, tomorrow, as we go into the day, cooler air, at least northeast winds will pick up, and I think that will allow drier atmosphere to push in. So although we'll get up to 90, I don't foresee as much in the way of showers and thunderstorms because of the drier atmosphere. We will then cool off for Saturday night, and then Sunday, we're looking about the same thing too. Big news about the temperature next week. This cold air to the north is going to start to retrograde back to the west. You see it kind of dig out. The winds turn to the north. So once we get past Monday and Tuesday, this cooler air is going to expand westward, southwestward, and that'll actually help our temperatures, as you see in the 10-day, get back into the 70s next week. Unfortunately, that does not relate to much of the way of precipitation throughout the extended. Unfortunately, we need it, but I don't see much coming in the next 10 days.
All right. Thank you very much, Greg. We appreciate it. 6:47, there's a way for you to support a good cause in the 608 this morning and shop for yourself at the same time.
Josh Sprider's hanging out in Middleton this morning, sitting on one of the chairs that's available today.
Chilling.
Look at the selection there, Josh.
Yeah, good morning, guys. I'm just going around to everything, just testing out the cush, just seeing how nice it is.
It's very
this one passes. So comfortable, I can take a nap on it, a nice Friday nap. But hey, this is part of the area inside Kiva Sports Center that is part of the Attic Angel sale, the garage sale that's going to be happening this weekend. This is Dane County's largest resale event of the year, and this is all going to an amazing cause. Terry Mushela is up early with us this morning. Terry, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for coming here.
Yeah, I can't believe we're back at it once again. Are you ready?
Time flies, but we are ready. Yes, we've been working on this intensely for the last few days. The committee chairs have been working intensely for months, as have all of the other volunteers who sort and all of that sort of thing. So you never stop thinking about the attic sale if you're an attic angel.
Yeah, and you know, this is such an important thing for what you guys are doing in your community too.
Well, and you know, what we do is the proceeds from these sales, because we have sales all year. We have a classic clothing sale. We also have a golf tournament that is really very cool and very popular. Those funds go towards community grants, and our focus this year is families with children who are addressing household deficiencies and housing needs. Because what we have learned is that good housing makes a difference in all aspects of everyone's life. If you have a comfortable, safe place to live, then you're going to do well in all elements of your life. And that's our focus in our donating with the proceeds.
Yes, let's put up the information on the screen right now. So this is a 2-day event, and it's going to work in a few different phases for you.
Yeah, this morning you get in with a ticket from 8 to 11. After 11, it's open admission. Then tomorrow we start at 9. And we have some price reductions. And then the big event that everybody loves is we sell $10 bags about this size, and if you can buy a bag, you can buy 5 bags, and you go around and you just put in whatever you want of what is left. And that's how we make sure that it is goes out to we get it sold, and then at the very end, whatever is left, we call in other nonprofits who need it for their facilities or for their people. So we try to get this whittled down to nothing.
I love that. And real quick, if there's something that somebody has at home, you guys also accept donations all year round.
Oh, we're accepting them all the time. Not for a little while. We're going to take a breather. But after July 15th, we start accepting donations for the next sale, for classic clothing. We're just constantly working on the next fundraiser. It's coming up.
Always a way to give back.
It is always a way to give back. That's what we do here.
Terry, thank you so much. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you
for what you're doing.
Thank you.
I've posted links to the story up on channel3000.com. Again, there's a line out the door right before this segment. I counted 15 people that are already waiting for the doors to open up here in about 75 minutes, including Gary Canalte's sister-in-law, Pat. She was one of the first in line this morning. So there's a lot of excitement around this, guys. And, of course, it's for a good cause, too.
Very cool. You might see me out there. Josh Brider, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Josh is always looking for inspirational stories, so find him on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
Stay with us. The Morning Sprint is up next.
And if you've got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, let us know so we can show their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Here at Precision, we are veteran-owned, and we take pride in servicing not only our community, but serving our country as well. No job is too big and no job is too small. Here at Precision, we'll fix them all.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Experience more at the Island.
Exact Sciences is proud to call Madison our home. We've been in this community for 14 years and are excited to continue to expand here. And one of the things we love about bringing candidates to Madison is showing off the vibrant community we have. And the organizations like the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra put on amazing events and bring that culture to Madison that makes us the vibrant place to live and work. Whether it's through volunteering, funding projects, or connecting on common causes, we play an active role in the community locally and globally.
This is Iowa.
We just haven't been properly introduced. Say hello to the place where rolling hills meets low bills, where our fields, inside and out, are always growing, and where the fun is just getting started. This is Iowa. So, when are you coming to see us?
Price pinch, give it the hammer. Workload overload, give it the hammer. When times get tough, the tough, give it the hammer. Arm & Hammer, more power to you.
At Papa Murphy's, we do more than just pizza. We do calzones.
Papa Murphy's does calzones?
Oh, I think you mean I do the calzones.
And how do you do it, Dad?
How do I do it? How do I do it?
Oh, well, we do it with fresh ingredients and hand-shredded cheese tucked in a scratch-made dough.
That's how, honey.
At Papa Murphy's, we make great pizza.
Hey, don't forget the calzones.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Central Valley Fuego at the Forward Madison, Saturday at 7 p.m. only on TW.
6:54, time for the morning sprint.
We start with developing news. A vote on the debt ceiling narrowly avoiding an economic crisis. The bill is now on President Biden's desk, waiting to be signed after passing the Senate in a late-night vote, 63-36. The measure suspends the debt limit through the start of 2025. Wisconsin senators were split on their support. Democrat Tammy Baldwin voting for it, Republican Ron Johnson against it. The president will speak to the nation on the bill in a primetime address scheduled for tonight.
JPMorgan Chase closing a quarter of its First Republic Bank branches. The government seized First Republic earlier this year. Then JPMorgan took it over. First Republic has 84 branches. It's unclear which branches will close, but JPMorgan Chase promised the affected employees will have job opportunities at other branches.
If you value your life, get away from that building. And then an hour later, I heard that the building fell.
New comments from a builder that gave an initial estimate for the partially collapsed building in Iowa. Despite multiple complaints, the building passed inspection. The number of those missing remains at 3 this morning. City authorities are still struggling to figure out how and when to demolish it.
Yeah, we're still going to have some hot conditions today, probably near 90 tomorrow too. Maybe a little less humidity. Spotty shower and thunderstorm. I think it's more for southwest Wisconsin. And then dry this weekend, but still a chance. And then much cooler as we get towards Monday and Tuesday. National Donut Day. I believe that's correct, right? We have National Donut Day. But anyway, you look at the temperatures right now, we're going to get back up into the mid 80s by this afternoon. I think the 2 to 4 p.m. and then 4 to 7 is when to look for those showers and thunderstorm chances. Other than that, future check doesn't show anything this morning. There's your upper 80s for high temperatures today. And as you look at the 10-day, a little less humid this weekend, still warm. But then next weekend, once that front comes through Monday, we get back in the mid to upper 70s, cooler conditions where we should be this time of year.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Looking forward to that. Another news and weather update in 30 minutes.